Some of the most popular foods. And when we say foods, what do we mean? Because food is
Different kind of food.
very good.
Different kind of food.
Absolutely correct. Some of the most popular foods we eat are, some people say eat are. Don't look at that way. Look at it that way. Some of the most popular foods we eat are only with us because of a happy accident. They are with us only because of a happy accident. Happy accident is an oxymoron, right? Accidents are normally bad. We don't want them. They happen. And happy accidents. So contrasting ideas, conflicting ideas. Some of the most popular foods we eat are only with us because of a happy accident. So, what's the unexpected story behind the creation of ice lollies, crisps, and chocolate chip cookies? What's the story? Let's find out. The first, ice lollies. In the UK, they are ice lollies. In the UK, people call them. In the UK, they are ice lollies. But the original US name for them is popsicles. One on that side and the other on this side. Yeah. Lovely. Okay. But the original US name for them is popsicles. And the wonderful truth is that this children's treat was actually invented by a child. Again, people who do not understand the language very well, they will look at these things and say that, this, next to each other, that and this. Again, you don't read it that way, that and this. No. The wonderful truth is that this children's treat was actually invented by a child. Okay, treat. Treat is something good that you eat, something that you enjoy eating. Treat. Okay. Children's treat. Ice cream is children's treat. What else is children's treat? Pizza. Pizza is also children's treat. When they want to have a celebration or something, they have pizza. He eats pizza a lot. He eats pizza a lot. Yeah, pizza is children's favorite. If you talk about top 3 children's favorite foods, pizza will be one of them. Top 3 children's foods, and pizza will definitely be there. The other 2 will be ice cream, most probably. Foods, we are talking about, leave the drinks, cold drinks. So ice cream, pizza, and maybe Maggie will feature there, definitely. Maggie or pasta, pizza, and ice cream. I'm very sure of the 2 things, pizza and ice cream. The third, Maggie. The third could be pasta. The third could be chow mein. The third could be pastry, ice cream, cake. We are keeping them in one thing as dessert.
Sir, what about cold drinks?
What about cold drinks? Yeah.
Not cold drink.
Yeah, cold drink.
Children don't like cold drink much.
Children don't like cold drink very much. They like maza. Yeah. Sweet drinks. You don't like eating? Okay, so next time your papa brings pizza home, you will keep eat. Let me finish my, please. It's something of my interest, okay? So next time when papa brings pizza home, yeah, your share. You will say my share and you keep it safe and you bring it back. No problems. I can come to your house on my bike. No issues to collect the pizza. Good EV. What is good EV, Ravi? Oh, good evening. Okay, he's trying to be, save his time. Instead of saying good evening, he wrote good EV. EV is electrical vehicle. So I thought maybe I bought one and I don't know, you know. So the wonderful truth is that this children's treat was actually invented by a child. A child invented this treat, ice lollies. It was a cold winter's afternoon. Simple language, easy language. It was a cold winter's afternoon in 1905. How do we read this date, this year? 1905. Not
1905.
1905. We will not read it
1905.
1905. We will read it 1905. It was a cold winter's afternoon. It was a cold winter's afternoon in 1905. 11-year-old Frank Apperson. Okay, guys, notice 11-year, not years, because it is doing the job of an adjective here. 11-year-old Frank Apperson was playing with friends on the front porch. Give me a second, I'll be right back. And which money? I have money peeping out of my pocket. Oh, yeah. He was playing where? On the front porch. Front porch. Porch is a part of the house. Part of the house. A porch is a front porch. So there will be a back porch too, clearly. If there is a front porch, there will be a
Front position.
back porch too.
Back porch.
But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Houses are built differently in different, I will say, geographical areas, depending on the climate of the place, that area. We have courtyards. We call them angana, right? But can you imagine an English house? English language originated in England. Can you imagine an English house having an open area in the middle of the house so that they can see the sky? 8 months a year, they have winter season, 9 months, okay. And they have a lot of snowfall as well, and a lot of rain as well, almost every day. How would it be, if they have an open area like we do in Indian houses, traditional Indian houses? Modern houses are very much the same everywhere. Apartments, flats, whether you are in Singapore or Delhi or New York or Lahore or whatever, Beijing, modern houses are very much the same. But traditional houses, traditional Indian houses used to have an open space we called angan. And we translate it as courtyard. Okay, yeah. But the thing is, angan is so typical to Indian houses. You don't expect to see angan in English houses. Yes, they will have an open space in front of the house with some trees and plants and all that stuff. Some open space for children to play. So they call it the front yard. And they might have some open space at the back. They call it backyard. And then, we have a new phrase, not actually new, courtyard is also used, but again, not the way we have angan in our houses. Angan has a very different kind of significance to house, okay? So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you want to understand different parts of the house, then you need to understand which houses you're talking about. Right now in English, we will be talking about English houses. So how are they built? What is their, what is the word we use for the design of buildings? Architecture. Architecture. What is their architecture? We need to understand. And then we will learn these words. In Africa, there are houses, very unique houses. You know what? With just a roof and open space, no walls, open. Just some columns to support the roof. What are those houses called? They are called something, okay? Then there are special houses with just one big room. Okay, so you have to take into account which place you're talking about, okay? Akansha, okay. So front porch, I would like to share with you guys photos in the group to tell you what front porch looks like and what back porch looks like, okay? So that you can understand. One thing you have understood already, it is part of the house. He was playing with friends on the front porch of his house in San Francisco and made drinks for them like this and made drinks for them by mixing flavored powder with water. He mixed flavored powder, flavored, ed adjective. Flavored powder. Powder is a noun and flavored is ed adjective. What kind of powder? Flavored powder. Those powders had some flavors. So he was mixing flavored powder with water, and this is how he was making drinks for his friends. It got really cold. As he was playing, the weather changed. It got really cold. ठंड ज़्यादा हो गई. It got really cold. So the boys went inside. Frank left a glass of the drink outside by mistake, accidentally. He left a glass of the drink outside, of the drink, the flavored drink, with the mixing stick standing in it. And the mixing stick was also standing in the glass. He left it by mistake, by accident. It was a bitterly cold night. What kind of cold night?
Bitterly
Now,
cold night.
if I don't want to use the word bitterly, which is the most common word I can use?
Very cold night.
Very cold night.
Very cold now.
So that is how I will explain the word bitterly. Very. But if I say I'm very tall, will I say I'm bitterly tall? No. That's called collocation. A word is used for a meaning, but only in a certain context with certain words. It was a bitterly cold night. It was a very cold night. In the morning, when Frank went out, okay. In the morning, when Frank went out, he found the drink frozen in the glass. He found the drink frozen. Study the word order, and I will be back in 2 minutes and explain. When Frank went out in the morning, he went out of his house, he found the drink frozen in the glass. I'll be back. He found the drink frozen. He found the drink.
Frozen.
Frozen is the V3 of freeze.
Freeze.
Everybody knows that.
Freeze.
Is it a V3 here or an adjective here? It's an
Adjective.
adjective here. He found
Adjective.
An
the
adjective,
drink
sir.
frozen.
Drink frozen.
The drink
An
was
adjective.
frozen. Right. Okay. मैंने उसको फर्श पे पड़ा हुआ पाया. I found him
I found him late.
Lay down.
lying on the floor.
Lying.
Found him lying.
Lying on the floor.
Okay. Another. मैंने उसको बेहोश पाया. I found him unconscious. All right.
Unconscious.
Yeah, I found him unconscious. I don't know, sir. I have no idea. The stick was here. I went out. When I came back, I found it broken. I did not break it. When I came back, I found it broken.
Broken.
The stick was broken. When
Broken.
I entered the class, I found the stick broken. Got it? He found the drink frozen. Acha. I don't know. I put the money here, and 5 minutes later, when I came back, I found the money
Stolen.
missing. I found the money missing.
Missing.
That will be the most natural word. The money was gone. I found the money missing. Yeah. The money was missing.
Walaikum assalam.
Multitasking boy, selling clothes and studying. When Frank went out, he found the drink frozen in the glass with the stick still inside it. With the stick still inside it. He ran hot water over the glass. He ran hot water. Ran hot water. Yeah, he ran hot water over the glass. And here ran means,
What I
Burn.
what did you say? Jalaya. Jalaya. He poured hot water. He ran hot water over the glass. It means he poured. But pour is a less common word or run is a less common word? Pour, right? We know pour, but we don't know run in this way. Actually, we know the word run, but we do not know all the uses of the word run. That's the thing. Our teacher once told us run means dorna. We were happy with that. We grew up a little bit. Then we learned run a house. Sorry, run a shop. And we were happy with that. So tell me the third use you know of run. Now, it's very, witty because we just learned that. Look up the word run in the dictionary. 2 pages, I guess, or 3 pages you will have with run, run, run. So many uses with the word run. And we learned 2 things about run. Run means dorna and run means run a shop. और वही उसने बोला चलाना. हाँ, पानी चलाया, गर्म पानी चलाया. कैसे चलाया गर्म पानी? गर्म पानी पैर से चलाया. बहुत बढ़िया बेटा. Okay. मैं पानी चला दो. You know, when we are having a feast together, पानी चला भाई, पानी चला. Run the water. Serve the water. Okay. So we don't have to think about it, you know. I would like to share something that happened yesterday, I guess, or the day before yesterday. The 2 students were going up the stairs into the class. And I heard their conversation. I overheard their conversation. I didn't intend to, I just heard. One was saying, "Pahchanna ka kaun chi hoga?" So the other one said, no, K-no-W, no. So now think, pahchanna English, the moment you ask someone, they will say recognize, you know, or identify. But that student said, no, I don't know him. Hum usko nahi pehchante. I don't know him. Absolutely fine. जब तक ये समझ नहीं बनने वाली है, बोलना इज नॉट पॉसिबल। आप हर वर्ड के लिए ढूंढने लगोगे, ये वर्ड का इंग्लिश क्या करे, ये वर्ड का इंग्लिश क्या करे। And even I will not be able to translate every Hindi word into English for the reason that Hindi words are different. English words are different. They are not mirror images of each other. They are not always equivalent to each other. That's the problem. So you need to learn English words and use them when you're talking. That's it. You have to stop thinking in Hindi if you want to speak English fluently. And if you're translating Hindi words into English, you will always be in trouble. When I switch to English, right now, I've been talking to you in English. I don't know what I'm saying, which word I'm thinking in my mind in Hindi, I don't know. But जब मैं हिंदी में बोलना चाहूंगा, तब मेरे दिमाग में हिंदी वर्ड्स आए। और अभी मेरे दिमाग में इंग्लिश नहीं आ रहा है, क्योंकि मुझे हिंदी बोलनी है। तो ये एक भाषा सोच के दूसरी भाषा बोलना, ये शुरुआत के लिए ओके है, बट आफ्टर अ पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू हैव टू स्टॉप इट एंड स्टार्ट थिंकिंग इन द लैंग्वेज दैट यू वांट टू स्पीक. It puts people a little bit out of their comfort zone doing this, and they don't want to do it because of that. But every time you go out of your comfort zone, you feel a little bit unhappy for a short period of time, and then you grow, you improve, you get better every time. So he ran hot water over the glass. He's running very high fever. He's running very, मतलब बहुत ज्यादा बुखार है. Okay. Run verb can be used in many ways, okay? There is a phrase, run amok, run amok, run amok. So many things with the word run you will find in the dictionary. Again, I'm not a robot or a machine or a computer that I will click enter and all the list will open. So I'm just trying to recall some of them. They will come on my mouth when I need them. Right? Or when I hear them, I'll know, oh, this is what they mean, because there are a lot of uses of the word run. A word is common when it has more uses. Remember that. And a word is less common when it has only limited uses. So pour and run, which is more common? Run. It means it has more uses. And that's why it is more common. Okay, let's continue. He ran hot water over the glass. It means he poured, okay, hot water over the glass. However, I would like to tell you a little bit here. He perhaps opened a tap which gave hot water. Okay, that's why the verb run. Okay, not like he was pouring. He was not doing it with a glass. Please try and understand. The verb run here highlights or emphasizes that he took the glass under a tap and turned the tap on and ran hot water over the glass. That's the small difference.
Agony.
Okay, I'll accept that. Okay. I like it when you win. Do you know that? I like it when you win. When young boys like you win, it makes me so happy. I don't feel like, oh, I lost. I feel like, oh, you won. Great. But when you are right, and when you do the sophistry we call theatrology, then I don't like it. When you realize that you are losing, you should say, okay, yeah, I should learn here something, rather than trying desperately just to win. But this time I understand what you meant. Pani chala diya, garam pani, wo nal se pani chala diya, right? So yeah, that makes sense totally. So ran hot water over the glass. He ran hot water over the glass. Next, beta. And pulled the frozen drink out with the stick. He pulled the frozen drink out. Frozen drink. It was not a drink anymore. It was frozen. So he pulled out the frozen drink out with the stick. It looked good. It looked good. So he licked it. He licked it with his tongue. It was good. It looked good, so he licked it. Looked, licked, ta, ta. Not looked, not licked. Looked, licked, ta, ta. Okay? After ka sound, it is always ta. D will be pronounced ta after ka sound. So he licked it with his tongue. It was good. Okay, can you see was is written in italicized way rather than standing? Look at the font. The way was is written. Is was written normal way or slightly italicized? Why do I feel that it is slightly italicized? It is italicized. Italicized means समझते हैं? Yeah. हल्का सा टेढ़ा, slanted.
It is slanted, sir.
It is slanted. I can see it is slanted. It is not standing. क्या बात कर रहे हो? It is slanted यार. It is slanted. It is slanted. Why is it slanted? Why is it slanted? We have to emphasize that word while reading it. It looked good. It was good. It not only looked good, it was good. He sounds nice. He is nice. You look sad because I am sad. Do you understand? Somebody said to you, you look sad. And you said, because I am sad. Because sometimes you may look sad, but you're not sad. In this case, you not only look sad, you are sad. It was good. अब ऐसे पढ़े थे आप जैसे हम पढ़ रहे, वो रिदम था आपका पढ़ने का. अगर हाँ तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. But I know that in most cases, children don't have that rhythm for the simple reason. While reading, I know what I'm reading, so I have the right rhythm. While reading, if you understand the message, you will also have the right rhythm intonation. Okay? And if you are just reading, trying to make sense, your rhythm will be slightly different. He made more for his friends. He made more for because he liked it. He made more for his friends. And they liked them too. Frank called them apsicles. Why? Because his name was Apperson. So he called them apsicles. But it wasn't until 17 years later, learn this. बताने के लिए कि कोई काम बहुत देर से हुआ. Negative and until. It wasn't until 17 years later, when Frank was making them for his own children, that he wondered if he could sell them. So when he made them for his friends, that time this idea did not cross his mind, that it could be a business idea. He did not think he could earn money this way, selling these things. He kept making them for his friends and this and that. People enjoyed, having them. But about 17 years later, when he was making the apsicles for his children, then he wondered. Wondered means he thought. He wondered means if he could sell them. So wonder जब भी यूज करते हैं तो कोई ख्याल जो होता है ना वो कोई क्वेश्चन फॉर्म में होता है. वंडर वर्ड कभी यूज करना होता है जब वो जो ख्याल आए जो सोचे हो आप वो क्या है, क्वेश्चन है, तो वंडर यूज करते हैं. चलिए समझाता हूं. ऋषभ इज एब्सेंट. मन में मेरे चल रहा है क्यों एब्सेंट है. अभी मैं उसको बोलना चाहूँ, एक्सप्रेस करना चाहूँ इस थॉट को. आई एम वंडरिंग व्हाई ऋषभ इज एब्सेंट. आई एम थिंकिंग बोलने की जगह मैं क्या बोलूंगा, आई एम वंडरिंग व्हाई ऋषभ इज एब्सेंट. गॉट इट. अनदर क्वेश्चन. मेरे मन में ख्याल चल रहा है, आर द स्टूडेंट्स बोर्ड, आर दे एंजॉयिंग द क्लास. आई हैव दीज क्वेश्चंस इन माय माइंड. अब मैं इसको एक्सप्रेस करना चाहता हूँ, मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा है. I'm wondering if you guys are enjoying the class. You know what? आपसे सवाल मैंने पूछा इफ वाला, आप उसी दिन बता दिए थे सर ये क्वेश्चन, ये है नरेशन है, यस नो क्वेश्चन है. लेकिन जब आप बोली थी तो आपने फॉलो नहीं किया इस रूल को. तो मैं आज के क्लास में हुआ, I taught my children how to read dates, है ना, how to read dates in English, which is very confusing. You have to use ordinal numbers, not cardinal numbers. You can't say 5, you have to say 5th. So I gave them practice, fine, done. For about 20 minutes, we practiced it. And then there was this guy, Samir. I said, Samir, when is your birthday? and he says 25. I say लो सारा practice के बाद वो 25 पे वापस चला गया. So learning things theoretically is one thing. Applying it practically when you're speaking is a lot more challenging. To understand something, you need just your mind, sharp mind, you understand. But to be able to apply it while you're speaking, you don't only need a sharp mind, you need practice too. Yeah? So, here, he wondered if he could sell them. उसके मन में जो ख्याल था वो बताओ. वो मन में जो सोचा वो बताओ. यहाँ लिखा है, he wondered if he could sell them. तुम बन जाओ, a person हो तुम, बच्चे को खिला रहे हो, मन में क्या चल रहा है? Come on. नहीं नहीं, आई वंडर क्या, वो तो यहाँ एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए मन में जो ख्याल चलता है वो सीधा सीधा क्वेश्चन होता है. कैन आई सेल दैम, ये था सवाल. कैन आई सेल दैम, बिकेगा क्या? कैन आई सेल दैम, ये था उसके मन में, और उसको एक्सप्रेस करो. ही वंडर्ड, a person wondered if he could sell them. उसके मन में क्या चल रहा है? Can I sell them? Should I call him? Should I call him? और इसको एक्सप्रेस कर रहे अपने दूसरे दोस्त के सामने, मम्मी के सामने. मम्मी, I'm wondering if I should call him. मम्मी, I'm wondering if I should call him. इनाया बेटा, आपके मन में चल रहा है. ओके, मैं सॉरी बोल दूं क्या आयत को? आपके मन में चल रहा है. Should I say sorry to आयत? ठीक है, आपके मन में चल रहा है, should I say sorry to आयत? But you are not convinced, you know. Then you talk to your mother and you say, मम्मी, मेरे को लग रहा है सॉरी बोल दें क्या उसको? कैसे बोलेंगे? I am wondering if
I should.
बोले हाँ या ना, वो हाँ या ना वाले में if ले आएंगे. I am wondering if I should say sorry to Ayat. And your mother says, very good idea, Inaya. Go tell, say sorry to her. Yeah, she will say, I was JK. Okay.
Sir, sorry for interrupting, but uh, if there is until with negative in a negative sentence, should we use it?
If there is until a negative sentence and we have until, should we use
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Should we use it?
It. Yeah.
It.
Yeah, yeah.
It has nothing to do. This question is not a question. Why? Because our point is a sentence is a negative sentence. A sentence is a combination of subject and verb. तो subject कुछ भी हो, verb कुछ भी हो, according to the context. It की जरूरत है तो it, there की जरूरत है तो there, he की जरूरत है तो he. ये question नहीं है कि it subject हो सकता है नहीं. ये कैसे हम लोग decide करें? The subject could be whatever we need to express what we are expressing, and it should be a negative sentence, and until should be part of it.
Sir, can you make a sentence again?
Well, easy sentence first of all I'll make. I didn't wear full pants until I was 15. I didn't wear full pants until I was 15, which is pretty late. Nowadays, you know, I like this guy, he's wearing shorts. Shorts are in fashion these days, but until a few years ago, you didn't wear shorts, I guess. You guys wore full pants. Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't wear shorts until I was 15. चलिए और बताता हूँ. I didn't get married until I was 28. Late से शादी करी. ठीक है? I didn't get married until I was 28. Imagine if I had gotten married at 21. I would have a 23-year-old daughter. Okay, 24 actually, 25. Oh, I could be a Nanaji, you know. Who knows? If she hadn't gotten married at 22, 23, I would have a 3-year-old Nati, a grandchild.
Sir,
Okay.
using until in a negative sentence
Yeah.
compared to using until in positive sentence, the meaning remains same.
Nah. Let me explain. I was doing business until 2005. I was doing some small business until 2005. So here, the time when it changed. 2005 was the time when it changed. Whatever I said, I was doing some business until 2005. It means in 2005, it changed. I stopped doing the business. Got it? I was out last night until 11. It means I got home at 11. So that's a very easy thing. But negative sentence and until means something happened late. Something happened late. I didn't get home until 11. So I'm trying to say that I got home late yesterday. I didn't get home until 11. And if I say I was out until 11, this doesn't catch that delay. I was out until 11. It means I got home at 11. Okay? And when I say I didn't come home, I didn't get home until 11, this shows that I am admitting that I got home late. Now,
It is emphasizing the time.
come again, Shwankar.
Until emphasizing the time, the point of time.
In a negative sentence, it says
Negative.
that the negative statement that you made, it happened late. Positively translate करो और कहो कि देर से हुआ. जैसे, she didn't become a mother until she was 45. She didn't become a mother. इसका मतलब बनी वो माँ. इसका नेगेटिव मत ट्रांसलेट करो. वो माँ बनी लेकिन देर से बनी. कब? 45 साल में जाके. ऐसे. She didn't become a mother until she was 45. तो इसका ट्रांसलेशन नेगेटिव मत करिए. इसका ट्रांसलेशन पॉजिटिव करिए. There are some sentences जिसका नेचुरल ट्रांसलेशन पॉजिटिव होगा लेकिन सेंटेंस नेगेटिव लिखा होगा इंग्लिश में. Suppose I really needed money. Okay? अगर मेरे मन में चल रहा है कहीं से 10,000 रुपए आ जाते, 10,000 रुपए आ जाते, ठीक है, और सडनली यू पेड मी योर फी, तो मैं कहूंगा यू कुडंट हैव पेड एट अ बेटर टाइम. मैंने क्या कहा? यू कुडंट हैव पेड एट अ बेटर टाइम. नेगेटिव सेंटेंस है ना, यू कुडंट हैव पेड, और मैं कह रहा हूं कि बहुत अच्छा टाइम पे तुमने पे किया यार, बेस्ट टाइम पे पे किया. ये है इसका मतलब. ठीक है? आप चाहें तो लिटरली ट्रांसलेट कर सकते हैं कि इससे अच्छा समय नहीं हो सकता था पे करने के लिए, लेकिन ये कैच नहीं कर सकता है वो फीलिंग को. ये फीलिंग है कि बेस्ट टाइम पे तुम पैसा दियो और एकदम सही टाइम पे दियो. ये है मतलब. बेटर, यू कुडंट हैव पेड एट अ बेटर टाइम. You couldn't have given him a better reply. You couldn't have given him a, तुम एकदम सही जवाब दिए उसको, एकदम बेस्ट जवाब दिए, ठीक जवाब दिए, एकदम ठीक जवाब दिए. ये बोल रहे हैं हिंदी में. ये ज्यादा नेचुरल है कि तुम इससे बेहतर जवाब नहीं दे सकते थे. कौन ज्यादा नेचुरल है? कौन ज्यादा बोलते रहते हैं आप लोग? एकदम ठीक जवाब दिया, एकदम ठीक जवाब दिया. यही जवाब उसको चाहिए था. अब इंग्लिश में यू कुडंट हैव गिवन अ बेटर रिप्लाई, अ बेटर रिस्पॉन्स. I hope you understand. So there are some sentences in English which are negative, but in Hindi, you should not translate them as negative sentences. You should translate them as positive sentences and you should understand the message. Let me give you an idiom. Not an idiom per se, it's more like in a saying, a proverb. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. मतलब बच्चा बापे की तरह न रहेगा, ये वाला है. ठीक है, ठीक है. बच्चा जो है अपने बाप जैसा ही होगा ना. An apple doesn't fall far from the tree. नेगेटिव है ना सेंटेंस, doesn't fall far from the tree. मैसेज ये है कि बच्चे जो होंगे अपने पिता की तरह होंगे ना, मतलब उन पे असर होएगा अपने माहौल का. Got it? An apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Yeah. I think it's
Got
tree
it,
or
sir.
the tree. I'll have to check. Okay, fine. So the idea was these things can be confusing because आप पढ़ रहे हो negative sentence और negative में उतना feeling नहीं आ पाएगा. Translate करें. It wasn't until 17 years later. 17 साल बाद जाके, मैं जाके क्यों बोलता हूँ? वो कैच करने के लिए कि देर से. 17 साल बाद जाके उसको लगा कि वो उसको बेच भी सकता है. जब अपने बच्चों को खिला रहा था, when he was making them for his own children, that he wondered. ये बहुत सारी चीजें सीखने को. That he wondered. It wasn't until 17 years later, when Frank was making them for his own children, that he wondered if he could sell them. अब ये that क्या है? अगर किसी सेंटेंस को, एक सीधा सा सेंटेंस लो बेटा. I got married when I was 28 years old. I got married when I was, हो गया? ठीक है? अभी देखो मैं यही बात घुमा के बोलता हूं. It wasn't until I was 28 that I got married. It wasn't until I was 28 that I got married. If you want, you can write down the sentence and compare. And again, ये फिर से बात वही है. तुम्हारे पास समझ होगी, अप्रिसिएशन होगा, तुम इसको आधे घंटे दोगे इस एक स्ट्रक्चर को घर पे. अगर तुम्हारे पास अप्रिसिएशन है जो तुम कर रहे हो उसके लिए तो. And if you don't, because sometimes you are silly, you will have to study these things again if you want a government job someday. Because in India, to get a good government job, you need to be good at English. You have to qualify exams in English, to get a good government job. देखो क्या बोला मैंने. It wasn't until I was 28 that I got married. इसमें किस बात को आगे ले आए? That I was 28. यही बात को सीधा सीधा बोलता हूं. I got married when I was 28. दोनों के मूड में पूरा फर्क है. इसको कहते हैं फ्रंटिंग, मतलब किसी हिस्से को आगे लाना. इसको और कहते हैं क्लेफ्ट सेंटेंसेस. दूसरे शब्दों में वो सब टेक्निकल बातें हटाइए, खाली पॉइंट पे ध्यान दीजिए. इस बात पे एम्फेसाइज कर रहे हैं कि 28 के हुए ना जाके हम, तब शादी हुआ मेरा. ऐसे बोले. और एक में जब मेरी उम्र 28 साल की थी तो मैंने शादी की. मेरी शादी हुई जब मैं 28 साल की थी. कथा ऐसे. और एक हम 28 साल के हुए ना जब जाके, तब जाके शादी हुआ. ऐसे वाला. तो दोनों में फर्क है कि नहीं? बोलने के तरीके में, एटीट्यूड में फर्क है कि नहीं? वो एटीट्यूड कैसे कैच करेंगे? I got married when I was 28. Straightforward, simple and easy. It wasn't until I was 28 that I got married. तो जब फ्रंटिंग करते हैं तो एक सर्टेन हिस्से को आगे ले आते हैं इट के साथ, और बाकी हिस्से को दैट से कनेक्ट करते हैं. सुनिएगा. Another easy example I would like to give so that you guys can appreciate this. Fronting. I was in a very difficult situation and my wife supported me.
पानी देना इधर.
I was in a very difficult situation. Nobody was on my side, but my wife supported me.
हाँ.
Okay? अभी इसी बात को करते हैं फ्रंटिंग करके, वाइफ को एम्फसाइज कर देता है. Nobody was on my side, but it was my wife. ले आना आगे. It के साथ it was my wife that supported. Did you see? तो इसको फ्रंटिंग कहते हैं. आप कई बार देखोगे इस तरह के सेंटेंसेस when you are reading in English, when you are listening to English. So pay attention. It wasn't until 17 years later, when Frank was making them for his own children, that he wondered if he could sell them. Got it? कुछ समझ में आया? थोड़ा बहुत आगे के लिए भी रखे. स्मॉल. मैं आपको बताता हूं, एक वर्ड है इंक्रीमेंटली. क्या? इंक्रीमेंटली, थोड़ा थोड़ा करके. ओके. लैंग्वेज इज नॉट लाइक टर्निंग ऑन स्विचेस. यस, नो. आप साइंस में स्विचेस ऑन ऑफ कर सकते हैं. एक चीज की डेफिनेशन जान के कहेंगे हाँ ये आ गया. इंग्लिश के टेक्निकल नॉलेज के मामले में भी स्विच ऑन ऑफ कर सकते हैं कि आपको एडजेक्टिव का डेफिनेशन नहीं आता, 5 मिनट बाद आपको आता है क्योंकि टीचर ने बता दिया, आपने याद कर लिया. ठीक है. बट व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ अ लैंग्वेज, you develop it incrementally, मतलब थोड़ा थोड़ा करके. आप एक साथ suddenly you can't develop कि अच्छा नहीं आता था भाग गया, ऐसे नहीं होता. तो I taught you a little bit about cleft sentences, fronting. Bring one part to the front of the sentence to emphasize that part. The husband says, we we met in 2006, and then we started it. Haha. The wife said, no, 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 no. It wasn't 2006. It was 2004. It was in 2004 that we first met. Do you remember that meeting? वो कैसे उस बात को, उस समय को आगे लेके आई जोर डालने के लिए? No, no, no. It wasn't in 2006. It was in 2004 that we first met at that party, but we did not really notice each other that much. तो इस तरह से हम लोग फ्रंटिंग करते हैं एम्फेसाइज करने के लिए किसी पार्ट में. And this kind of writing or speaking is more useful when you are trying to persuade your listeners with something. You are trying to make a more dramatic effect, then you need this kind of sentence. देखो, इतना दिन बना रहा था, 17 साल से बना रहा था, तब जाके उसको लगा कि भाई इसको बेच सकते हैं. Dramatic effect. It wasn't until 17 years later when he was making it for his children, own children, because he had earlier made for other children as well, okay? He was making it for his own children that he realized, or that he wondered rather than realized, that he wondered if he could sell them. His children call them popsicles. अब मुझे बताओ क्यों? Papa, pop, popsicles, because his papa made them. So the children call them popsicles. And when he began selling them in a nearby park, a nearby क्या adverb या adjective? Adverb or
Adverb.
adjective?
Adverb.
It is an adjective. A nearby park. What kind of park? Yeah. He began selling them in a nearby park. My younger brother goes to a nearby school. My younger brother goes to because he's only 4 years old. Because he's only, are you getting bored now? No, not really. Okay. We have 20 more minutes. Don't start driving the car. Okay. There will be multiple deaths otherwise. Okay. He began selling them. He began selling them in a nearby park. They were hugely popular. If I don't want to use the word hugely, which most common word I can use here? They were very popular. So now see how very word is replaced by so many words. Sometimes bitterly, sometimes hugely, and so many. अब वहाँ hugely को ले जाओ bitterly की जगह. It was hugely cold. दोनों का मतलब very है, but in different context. यहाँ bitterly लेके आ जाओ. It was bitterly popular. What nonsense. Okay. So, yeah. Guys, did you turn on the key? Get out. Get out. Get out right now. In the firing line. Okay. They were hugely popular. So, okay, I will not use hugely and bitterly when I'm having a conversation with somebody. Normally, I'm not going to use these words. I'm going to stick to very, because that's how colloquial English goes. But when you're writing, then you want to have a lot of words. You want to avoid repetition. And then you sound more convincing, you sound better. So learn these words, but not for conversation all the time. Okay, for conversation, very popular, no problems. They were hugely popular. But when you write essays, when you write articles, you need these things, okay? They were soon selling in their thousands. They refers to, please. They were soon selling in their thousands. Popsicles were soon selling in their thousands. Popsicles were soon selling in their thousands. Please try to understand the word there. Soon they were selling in their thousands. Thousands of popsicles were being sold. 2 years later, in 1924, Frank got a patent for his popsicles. in 1924. He got a patent. He later mat padna. Later. Letter bhi nahi, later. There are quite a few words, confusing, similar words, similar sounding words. This is pronounced later.
Later.
He later sold the patent because he needed the money. Because he needed the money. He later sold the patent because he needed the money. That was a mistake. The popsicle company now sells 2 million ice lollies a year in the US only. This is Frank Epperson, the millionaire that couldn't be. Yeah. Business can be a very, I will say, a luck thing, like you could be doing, two people could be doing the same business and one could be very, very successful and the other might not be very successful without having anything to blame himself for. It can be just a matter of time or coincidence that one businessman can be luckier than the other. It happens. Well, I mean, as long as he held the patent, he could not really make so much of money. Otherwise, he wouldn't have to sell that patent. And the company that bought the patent became really rich. 2 billion, million, what is it? 2 billion. Huh. That's a huge number. Just 1 rupiah for one popsicle's, profit. 2 billion means 2 billion rupees every year. Okay, crisps. They are called crisps in the UK and potato chips. Fir potato mat bolo. Potato chips in the US. Potato. They're called crisps and potato chips. Okay, 2 different names. Crisps in the UK. हम लोग कहते हैं we speak British English. अब बताओ, क्या do we use crisps or potato chips? We use potato chips, huh? Yeah. What is the word we use? Potato chips, potato chips. And it is a US name. And we always claim that we speak British English. You have no idea how many American English words you use without knowing it. Okay, and you can find them everywhere. You can find liars everywhere, right? One is sitting right in front of you. But there weren't any crisps around in 1853. Yes, today you might find them everywhere, but in 1853, there weren't crisps being sold in those shops where you find them today. There were no crisps around in those days, in 1853. There weren't any crisps around in 1853 when George Crumb worked as a chef in Saratoga Springs, New York State. Saratoga Springs refers to
A hotel name.
a restaurant,
restaurant.
hotel where George
restaurant.
Crumb worked as a chef
Sir,
in 1853.
सबका बिल बना.
Yeah. French fried potatoes were popular in restaurants. French fried potatoes were popular. But they weren't like today's French fries. But, I got to eat some French fries last Sunday when I was in, what is that? What is KG? What is KFC, yeah. I and my daughter both agreed that they were very hyped, overly hyped. French fries, we didn't like them. Yeah, in Central Mall. City Central Mall, yeah. We didn't like it very much at all. I think my daughter and I have very similar, taste in food as well. She's a young child, so she of course likes, fast food a little more than I do. I mean, I like them too, honestly, but I don't eat them because I know they are not good for me. And she's young, a young kid. Control is difficult for her. There were circles of potato. So those days, French fried potatoes were circles of potato. Circles of potato. You might have seen circles of potato. Sliced. Oh, circles of potato. Sliced and fried in oil. Katra. Aloo ka. Do you know katra? Yeah, of course. You know, you have black pepper on it, right? Do you like katra? I loved it when I was young. Whenever my mother made katra, that day was a special day. Aaj katra bana, wow, especially with khichdi. Ayat, do you know what katra is? You slice onions, okay, sorry, potatoes, and you fry them in extra oil, not like normal bhujia. You have to fry them in extra oil, like deep fry thing. And then put some black pepper, salt, of course. And they taste amazing. They taste great. You might stop eating, chips when you get used to this katra thing because of the black pepper. If you like the flavor of black pepper, the taste, yeah. There were circles of potatoes sliced and fried in oil. So it sounds like katra to me. And you ate them with a fork. You ate them with a fork. Ask mom to slice them a little thin for katra. Slightly thin, not like bhujia. Bhujia is a little thick. Katra is slightly thinner. Where were we? Them with a fork. Okay, and you ate them with a fork. One day, a customer in George's restaurant thought his French fried potatoes were sliced too thickly. What did he think? That his French fried potatoes were sliced too thickly. He was not happy with the, thickness of the potato fries. He thought they were too thick. He thought they were sliced too thickly. It means he thought they were too thick. They were too thick. They were sliced too thickly. Adjectives, adverbs, समझते हैं? He's a good dancer. He dances well. He's a bad dancer. He dances badly. Right? He's a good speaker. He speaks well. He is an emotional speaker. He speaks emotionally. Okay? Here, the potatoes were sliced thickly. The potatoes were sliced thickly. You're getting it wrong, beta. Let me explain again. One day, a customer in George's restaurant thought his French fried potatoes were sliced too thickly. उसको क्या लगा कि भाई ये तो ज्यादा मोटा काट दिया तो. Okay, he complained. There are fussy customers. They are not happy with the service, with the quality of the product sometimes, even though the product is absolutely okay. Yeah. So he complained. Send them back to the kitchen. Bhaiya, these are too thick. These slices have been cut too thickly. ज़्यादा ही मोटा काट दिए हो. And he sent them back to the kitchen. George made some nice thin ones. George said, okay, customers are always right. He made some nice thin ones. But the customer sent those back too. He was, I think, maybe in a bad mood after a fight with his girlfriend or wife, So he thought he could take it out on the chef. He sent them back again and asked for even thinner ones. He asked for even thinner ones. Appreciate करना vocabulary को, form को, even thinner ones. और ज्यादा पतला चाहिए भाई. Even thinner. इससे भी ज्यादा पतला. Even thinner ones. George decided to teach the fussy customer a lesson. He said, beta, ruk. He decided to teach the fussy customer a lesson. He cut some very thin slices of potato, which became hard and crisp when he fried them. Impossible to eat with a fork. Ab kha? Thin chahiye tha na? So here you go. And those days people ate these fries with a fork, and they were hard, crispy. How could you put the fork through it? Because they were hard and crispy. He wanted to teach him a lesson. Impossible to eat with a fork. He waited for an angry complaint. He waited for an, because he was also fighting, na? So he thought, आएगा फिर से, ये क्या कर दियो? पतला मतला ऐसा पतला, right? He waited for an angry complaint, but the customer loved them. He ordered more, and other customers also asked for them. भैया हमको भी लाके दो. Okay. George called them Saratoga chips. And when he opened his own restaurant, a few years later, one of the main attractions was a bowl of crisps on every table. Yeah. When you start a business, you always have to do something different, something extra. George never got a patent for his potato crisps because they ask, before they give you a patent, they ask, what is the special that you have done? Have you put any special thing to it? Then you get a patent. If you haven't done anything special, then you don't get a patent. So let's say, why should you get a patent? Can't people slice thinner than this? Do you claim that you are the one who will slice potatoes the thinnest? Nobody can slice them thinner than you? That's the question they might have asked. And you would have said, no, I can't claim that. Then you can't get the patent. Patent means you have done something so that it should be considered yours. Some original idea, some special talent you have used there. He didn't get a patent. He never got a patent for his potato crisp. But others saw the opportunity to make a lot of money. Other businessmen, restaurant owners saw the opportunity to make a lot of money. In 1926, around 99 years ago, someone had the idea of putting crisps into wax paper bags. Wax paper bags. Wax means mold. Okay, somebody had this idea. Paper bags, you can see here, Saratoga chips here. And gave us the bag of crisps. Bag of crisps. When you go to KFC, they also give you a bag of crisps. They put some crisps in a packet like bag type of thing. The first big successful brand of crisps was Lay's, started by Herman Lay in Nashville in 1932. Today, Lay's sells over $1.5 billion worth of crisp. ये phrase सीख लेना. इतने रुपये का Lay's, 20 रुपये का चीनी. कैसे बोलेंगे बेटा? देख लो, सीख जाओगे. देख के सीख जाओ. Smart boys, smart girls. 20 rupees worth of sugar. देख लो बेटा. 20 rupees worth of sugar. देख के सीख जाएंगे. 20 रुपए का चीनी. देखिए सर जी, देखिए. We consume 500 rupees worth of sugar every month. We consume 500 rupees worth of sugar every month. 500 रुपए का sugar हम लोग हर महीने खा जाते हैं. अरे क्या 5,000 10,000 का बात करता है? 5,000 10,000 का तुम गुटखा खा के फेंक देते हैं. ऐसे लोग बात करते हैं ना. कैसे बोलेंगे इंग्लिश में? I spit 10,000 rupees worth of gutkha every month. What are you telling me? Okay. 10,000 rupees worth of gutkha. 10,000 रुपए का गुटखा. Got it? So that's it. The third story I will finish tomorrow. Okay. And what will you guys do at home? Exercise 4 and 5. Exercise 4 and 5 on page number 45. That will be your homework for tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. And let's meet tomorrow. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye,
Bye,
sir.
sir. Good night.
Bye-bye. Good night.